let's start by saying the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by 15 seconds of silence.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Chad Melinda.
Here.
Bill Niemeyer.
Here.
Jerry Reed.
Here.
Brian Hartland.
Here. Here.
Thank you. Claims, accounts payable, vouchers. Do I have a motion to approve as presented, numbers 27801 through 27138?
I'll make a motion to approve APVs as presented, 27801 through 27138.
I'll second that motion.
Motion approved and seconded. Any discussions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to approve APVs 27801 through 27138. Adoption of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve as presented the council minutes from November 6, 2024?
I'll make a motion to approve council minutes from November 6, 2024.
I'll second.
Motion approved and seconded. Any discussions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to approve minutes from the town council meeting November 6, 2024. Public comments, 3-minute time limit per person for items on the agenda only. Okay. There's no old business. Go to new business. Schedule 2025 town council meetings. Which you wanna?
So the newspaper always wants to publish when all of our meetings are. That is kind of what started me looking at the calendar yesterday. Realized that the first Wednesday in January is actually January 1st. So we need to decide, for all the other months, 11 months out of the year, we can do the first and the third Wednesday for a meeting. The question is whether you want to change the dates to the 8th and the 22nd in January, or whether you want to skip January 1st altogether and just have the third Wednesday of the month, or if you want to, do them back to back with like the second week and third.
Too many options.
Those are your 3 options.
Well, I would like the
Go to the second
the
and
8th
fourth.
and the 22nd.
The 22nd. It would be logical to do that because there are 5 Wednesdays in that month. So instead of doing the first and the third, you do the second and the fourth, and the 5th is still open. So,
And then every other month we go back to the first and the
Yes,
third.
yes.
yeah. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys make that decision, and then we can let the paper know,
Okay.
and we'll follow along.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion
Okay.
that our meeting schedule be established for next year with the first month having January, the meetings being the second and the fourth Wednesday, and then all other months being the first and the third, only because the first meeting would otherwise be on New Year's Day, and that probably would not be, number one, very productive, or number two, well attended.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. Motion approved and seconded. Any discussions? Already had it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to approve the change to second and fourth Wednesday in January for the 2025 meetings. Next is updated Title VI resolution. Do I have a motion to approve the updates for resolution number 112024?
I'll make a motion to approve the updated Title VI resolutions 112024.
I'll second that.
Motion approved and seconded. Any discussions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to approve the updated Title VI Resolution 112024. So is this different or is it the same?
Nope, we're good.
We're good. Okay. Thank you. Surplus items.
This is just a housekeeping thing, in order to get rid of some items that are throughout the town hall that we don't use anymore. We needed to put it in the minutes and have an approval for it. They will either be donated or sold. If they're sold, there'll be minutes, or will be back into the agenda of how much we sold it for. So these are just items we're just trying to, we don't use and we don't need, so we're kind of cleaning it all up.
What type of surplus items?
There was a list attached to it, and I do not have the list.
It's a printer, a TV, and a
Speaker.
Yep.
speaker.
There's
Yes.
just that large
Okay,
TV.
sorry, I didn't see the
Yeah.
list.
Yeah,
Okay.
that large TV is one that I won at the Idea Summit a couple of years ago. It's too, I don't know, my house, it's massive. And we don't need it here. It's been sitting in a box. Doesn't make sense to leave it sit in the box. Let's sell it to somebody who wants it and, use the money for the town. The other one is the Bose compact speaker stand that is sitting in the corner there that used to be used for the recording of the town council meetings before we started streaming everything. It's not used for anything, and Jen looked it up online.
I think it's worth quite a
Apparently
bit. We might,
we can get
We'll
some money
see.
for it. Well, I mean, if you can find the right buy.
Yeah.
That's all. And then the last thing is this large printer. It's like a wide printer that you'd use for plans and maps and that kind of thing. In the 4 years I've been here, it's just been moved from one corner to another because it's always in the way. Serves no purpose for us, and we have somebody who's interested in buying it. So it's like, it seems probably like a great idea to buy it when they did. I don't know what the purpose was necessarily, but if we are not using it, let's sell it. Let's use the money for, our regular bills. And
That's my question. Where does that money go? What fund?
I don't actually know.
Okay.
I would think the general fund.
I
General.
think,
Unless I
General.
can find whether one of these things was bought from wastewater money, but I think it.
that's a general, that's what I heard. I'm good with.
yeah, it's general.
Okay, so what you said, general. That's-
Yeah, sorry, mic isn't working.
Okay, that works for me. That makes it lots. That makes it easy.
Yeah,
It's just,
and we're not
if the
talking
town
big
doesn't
bucks.
need it for the business that we're doing, it doesn't make sense to hang on to it. Let's have the money instead. And, use it for the proper things that we use taxpayers' money for.
Do I have a motion to approve selling the surplus items?
I'll make that motion. So moved.
She said sell or donate, right? Either one.
Sell or donate.
Sell or
Either way,
donate.
See how we-
dispose
We'll
of.
start with selling, but
Dispose of.
Well, really, we're declaring them surplus, and then what happens with it later depends on what we can do with it.
Right, either sell
Declaring
or
their surplus. Okay.
dispose of.
So is the motion that we're disposing of, or the motion is that we are
Declaring.
Declaring them
Declaring them surplus.
Mhm.
Right, that's what you said?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. I will second that motion to declare them surplus.
Okay. Oh, okay. Motion approved and seconded. Any discussions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to declare the surplus items. Next, we have ordinance number 112024, designating a depository bank. Do I have a motion to approve?
I will make the motion to approve ordinance 112024.
I'll second that motion.
Motion approved and seconded. Any discussions? Okay. All in favor?
Point of clarification, we need unanimous consent since this is an ordinance
Mhm.
to adopt on first reading and then a 2/3 majority.
So first reading of the ordinance. And
This is
call a
first
vote.
reading. If you get
Yep.
consent from everyone and then it passes by 2/3, then we can adopt it tonight.
What would that sound like?
Do I have consent from the council to vote on to adopt this ordinance tonight? And then if you have consent, then you have the vote. And if it's 2/3, pass.
But we first have to vote on first reading, is that correct or no?
No, not necessarily. So normally you have to hear an ordinance twice, but there's a way around that if you have unanimous consent from the members, and then unanimous first. You don't have to vote for it, you just have to vote to consider it. So everyone has to say, yes, we're going to consider it, and then 2/3 have to vote in favor.
My only question is, it has the same ordinance number as the Title VI resolution.
It's a resolution.
Resolution versus ordinance.
Okay.
Can
Okay.
I put an A behind the ordinance? Because I don't like having the resolution and the ordinance that are the same number. Thank you.
Sure, which one are you gonna put the A
I'm gonna put
behind?
the A behind the ordinance that we're talking about now.
Sure.
Is that okay, Tim?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Do I have the consent to
Approve this ordinance.
approve the ordinance?
Yes, to consider
Consent to
this
consider,
ordinance for
that's the
approval
word.
on first reading.
We consent to consider.
Consent to consider the ordinance number 112024A, designating a depository bank.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. Yes. Okay. So now,
Now
motion to
motion.
approve?
Now motion to approve.
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 112024A.
I'll second that.
Motion approved and seconded to approve ordinance number 112024A. All in discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried to approve ordinance number 112024A. Okay, legal update.
Jim and I are working on the CERTA ordinance, the Central Indiana Regional Development Authority. We should have that one on the agenda for next month. Didn't quite get it to him in time for tonight. Other than that, that's it.
Thank you. Department reports. Town manager, Jim?
A couple little things. Steve and I, or was it today? We were on a Zoom call with NDOT and HNTB on the bridge replacement here over Sugar Creek. So we're kind of excited about that. They've actually called us and they want to put a walk across that as well. So they're actually going to, they can't do any walks outside the bridge structure. They're not permitted, but we can connect to that. So they're actually going to make the grade that we can continue that last walk down there. Now it's going to get us nowhere, but I would rather that be done because we don't know what's going to happen in the next 10, 15 years. Might as well get it done with this project. They're going to raise the level of the bridge, which will make it a little nicer so you're not dipping. But with the walk there, that might be an indicator where we could reduce the speed further east so that when they're coming into town, it slows them down there at Bentner Road. So because that's kind of a school's issue there. So if we can slow them down to 30 just east of the bridge coming in, it might be a little easier because they're coming down the hill at 45 and they don't slow down until they get to Bentner. So that's kind of a tough one. The other, I had a meeting with the Greenfield, the quality of place. HWC's been doing that for the county. That's kind of been an ongoing process all year. It's going to be similar to the trails plan, how the town adopted the trails plan. I'm hoping that in December, they'll come and kind of present that to town because all the towns will adopt that. It's kind of a county-wide, it's about signage. It just, I think the parks are involved in that. There's a lot to just the quality of the county. So hopefully we'll have that to adopt here, maybe first of the year. So that's all I got.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Steve?
Yeah, just kind of wrapping up all the year-end stuff. We just had our pavement asset management plan submitted into LTAP, which is up Purdue. Got the approval letter back for that. Scott will tell you what a fun time that is submitting that and getting it correct. Got that done, and I've also been looking into the question that Ethan brought up at the last meeting about changing a two-way street into a one-way street. Turns out it's a little more involved than what I initially thought it might be. I wanted to see like traffic studies and traffic counts and accident, incidents and stuff. I'm just getting going on that. I talked to Chief. He seems to think there's on the little side streets little to no accidents on them at all as far as traffic counts. And this is just pulling the number off the top of my head. I would guess most of them anywhere from 10 to 20 vehicle per day. So not a lot of traffic, not a lot of congestion. I think my recommendation is going to end up being the council. No, don't change the street to a one-way, but I'll get some more information for council, and you guys can take it from there.
Okay.
All I got.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Chief Ely, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. Just, I don't know, if I told you in the last meeting when Jesse kind of covered for me, but 2 of the new squad cars are up, operational, or on the street. The third one, the insurance replacement vehicle, as soon as we got the second one back, it's already downtown. They were ready for it, so it's getting upfitted as well. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll have all 3 up and running, operational. Hiring process wise, I talked to the officers that are running it for me. It seems like they've narrowed the process down to about 3 applicants. There's still some background investigation, some at-home visits, and some phone calls we're still waiting on to get returned. But hopefully soon we'll be able to present to the council who our recommendation is going to be in this position. We have 3 awesome candidates that are left. That's all. Any of the 3 would do us a wonderful job.
Are the candidates, are they new officers? Are they transferring? Can you speak to that?
One is a lateral.
Okay.
And the other 2 are not, but both of them, the professionalism they brought to the interviews, the testing, everything was well within what we are looking for next door. So even if we don't hire certain individuals, we would like to maybe maintain a list in case the future does happen. A perfect example, something happens, you have a replacement. So that's kind of, we want to keep this list and keep it maybe for another year or 2, see where we're at. And we're growing, so it may be something that happens sooner than we expect. All 3 of them are just fantastic. We found no qualms with any of them. So whoever we present, you guys are going to have a very good person coming to you.
Good.
Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks. Yvonne?
First of all, I'm very glad Chief's back. Appreciate him moseying back in here every morning. It's always good to have him here. Secondly, that the ordinance you just passed about the bank account, basically I moved a large chunk of money yesterday from our old bank to our new bank, so Greenfield Bank should be pretty ecstatic about that having moved, which was very strange. It's odd to write a really, really big check and then go up to the little machine and run it through, and all of a sudden it's in another account. But I've never written a check with this many zeros. So personally, I thought it was rather exciting. And I did take the check to everybody to touch it, because when do you touch a check? So it was really cool. Anyway, so that's going well. So that's the, the town funds that moved. We're going to wait to transfer the money for wastewater because there's so many changes for the gals in the utility department to deal with right now. We're going to do that in February. So we're going to finish out the year. We're doing the change in the rates, everything that comes with that, all the worries from residents, a lot of people coming in here. So we don't need another complication for them. February is it for that, and I'll bring it to speed at that point. And the old accounts will stay open for several years because by state statute, we have to make sure that all checks get run through and there isn't any issue. So for a while, we'll be reconciling extra accounts, but nothing we can't handle. Lastly, we have a box over here that is for a toy drive. We had a grandfather of a 6-year-old that passed away from cancer. The family, so the mother of the child and the grandpa, they're working on collecting toys, new toys to take to the oncology department of the hospital where this little girl was treated. It's in Columbus, Ohio. It's a very specialized floor. And so if anybody has any unwrapped toys that they would like to donate for that purpose, new toys, then there's the box and they will come and collect it in a couple of weeks. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Public comments, 5 minutes, any topic. Okay. Council comments. Mr. Hartley?
I want to thank everybody for their hard work. I know the end of the year is tough. From now to January 1st, it's tough. They're long days wrapping everything up and planning for next year, but I appreciate everybody's hard work. It's great to see Chief and Jenny back. And just to let you know, I will be out the December 18th meeting. I know we have a meeting in between then, but I'll be out of town that weekend, so I won't be here for the planning commission or that council meeting. That's all I have.
Did you get permission?
I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I got the blessing.
All right. Councilman Maple.
Just to kind of recap, we do council chats. The last month's council chat, when we had it at Tia's, we had one person come. We did a council chat, and Ryan joined me the other evening because people had suggested an evening council chat, but no one showed up for that.
Food was great.
Food was good. Food was good. Our next council chat, because I still think it's important we do it. You know, I think it's important that we create space for anybody who wants to have conversation, and the first Fridays will still be a commitment of mine. And so that happens on 12/6. And I had a great conversation last week with the Starbucks manager, just a delightful young lady. And we're going to do it at Starbucks on 12/6. Does anybody want to join me? Jenny, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Nobody else wants it. I will
I don't,
All right.
count me in.
8 o'clock on 12/6. I'll get you all the updated graphic to put out there, but
Thank you.
that's all I have.
thank you. And thanks again for doing those. Councilman Niemeyer? Oh, I missed.
No, I was just gonna check the calendar. Let's let Chad go first.
Maybe I should have my
Chief,
glasses
I think
on.
the fact that you guys got such great applicants is it's a direct reflection of your department, all the work that they do. Obviously, it's a sought after position. You've got people that are laughing at me, and a lot of people are trying to start here. So that's a lot to do with the prestige of you in that department. So thank you guys for that. Yvonne, there's a lot of things that happen around here. I really enjoyed the story and glad that you guys had fun with that. There's a lot of stuff going on. Everybody has a lot of emotions right now at the end of the year, but being able to have some fun at work is awesome. So thank you for doing that.
Oh.
I'm sure everybody got a good laugh out of that.
It was a unique situation.
The accounts that stay open, do we have to carry a minimum balance not to pay a fee of some sort?
I'll make sure we stay back there.
Thank you.
And it'll stay active. I'll let it go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I had.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Niemeyer?
Thank you very much. I didn't want to skip Chad.
What's that chair?
Just echo everything that's been said. Welcome back. Glad that everybody's safe and healthy and on the mend. That's all I have. other than, well, I'm sorry, one last thing. It's holiday season. Everybody be safe.
Thank you. Speaking of holiday season, town hall employees have decided that December 12th is a good time to get together to celebrate all your hard work. And so we, the council has found a venue and we're going to go to the pub. The time is not confirmed yet, but we're going to do that in a few minutes here. So stay tuned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for everything. That's all I have. Is that it? So, do I have a
Make a
motion
motion, we adjourn.
to adjourn? New motion?
second.
Second, okay. Motion approved, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.